And what is going on, everybody? Welcome back in to another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining me back here on the channel once again. Glad to have you guys all back, as I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions to this one on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to give this the thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. We got ourselves a game today in store. This one will be between the Atlanta Hawks, and they'll be taking on the Washington Wizards. So, yeah, we'll be having tip-off probably like 3-4 minutes from now on this channel. Both of these teams have records right now in Summer League play of 1 and 2 at the moment. We got Midwest Sports in the chat. What's good, Midwest Sports? Thanks so much for joining me back. Also have Heath and Chris in the channel. What's good, guys? Thanks so much for joining me back here as well. So, yeah, both of these teams pretty even record-wise right now, and we'll be back to the play-by-play of basketball action here hopefully soon with tip-off in a few minutes. But we'll look to both of these rosters right now. DeAndre Hunter, the number 4 overall draft pick, was picked up by the Atlanta Hawks as he should be playing in this game. Last game he missed out on because he was battling an illness in that game, so he didn't play because of the flu. But DeAndre Hunter, hopefully we'll see him back on the court today in this one for the Atlanta Hawks. Then they have pick number 34. This guy is one hell of a rebounder. That's Bruno Fernando from the University of Maryland, pick number 34 up in the draft in the 2019 draft for the Atlanta Hawks. On the other side, for the Washington Wizards, they picked up 2 players in the draft here that should be playing today, as those players are Rui Hachimura for Washington, the number 9 overall draft pick that Rui has played so far in the Summer League. Rui was actually the leading scorer Monday against Brooklyn. He had 19 points as they lost that game by 3. Hey, no problem, but looks like we got Tim here in the chat. Thanks so much, Tim, for joining me back here. No problem right now, guys, but yeah, we should be hopefully tipping off this in a couple moments between these two teams here on the channel. So if you haven't done so already, make sure to give this the thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. So yeah, I'm just going to update you guys with what's happened so far throughout both of these teams in the Summer League. Cam Reddish will unfortunately not be playing in the Summer League for the Atlanta Hawks, as Cam Reddish, the number 10 overall draft pick by Atlanta, is not on the Summer League roster as he still recovers from an off-season surgery that he had. So no Cam Reddish for the Summer League here, but the numbers look like this. In Game 1 for Atlanta on Saturday, they lost to Milwaukee by 6, 89-83, as Jordan Sibert was the leading scorer. 22 points for Sibert in that game. He was a perfect 10 for 10 from the free throw line. And Tajay McCall scored 16 points. Tajay McCall has been playing really well. Had 15 points in Game 3 on Tuesday. Also, Jordan Sibert had 21 points, leading the scoring. There's another player in Atlanta. His name's Charlie Brown, as he graduated from St. Joseph's. Or, actually, no, he played 2 years at St. Joseph's. Sophomore at St. Joseph's in the Atlantic 10, and actually Charlie Brown had the number 2 scoring points in the last game on Tuesday as they beat Indiana 87-67. Charlie Brown finished up with 18 points for that one. So looks like Tim's mad. Hopefully I can brighten your day, my man. So hopefully I can brighten your day on this one. Looks like we're almost ready to get tipped off here as the starting lineups are being introduced right now on the court. And we should be getting ready for action on this one. If you haven't done so already, make sure to give this a thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button, as well as I'll be calling play-by-play of basketball action of this one on the channel. We got ourselves Washington and Atlanta tip-off. It's going to be happening on the court right now as they are at that half-court circle right now. Hey, thanks so much, Tim. I appreciate that, my man. Glad to hear that I brighten up your day. So we are at that tip-off circle at the Summer League logo here as we're going to get ready for tip-off between Atlanta and Washington. So the ref launches up the ball, and looks like this one gets tipped off first. So we get ready for action here on the channel right now as the Hawks get it first. Atlanta with the ball at the left wing. This is Jalen Adams. Adams passes that one over into the hands now of Nick Ward. Played on Michigan State. Passes that one inside. Low post. Bruno Fernando. Slung that one back to the right corner. That ball goes out of bounds there. Off the fingertips of Landon Lucas, out of bounds. So Heat's profile pictures from 8 years ago. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, so much difference in age now from the profile picture that he kept, but Now we have a chance to see what the Wizards can do with the ball. They have the ball at the top of the free throw circle, dribbling with it. Justin Robinson, point guard for Virginia Tech last season, takes a right baseline jumper, was contested, no good, rebounded here by the Hawks. So Atlanta with the ball, they're going to take it past the half-court logo. They have it at the top of the key. This is Jalen Adams. Adams at the left wing perimeter, bounce pass inside, reaching, committed though on the play by the Wizards, and that's a foul committed by Washington on that play right there. So we got ourselves an inbound pass coming up right now as the Hawks will get the inbound. They have the ball top of the key. They pass it left wing. They take the three. They knock it down right there from the outside. So Atlanta starts out with a 3-0 lead so far right there with a left wing three that goes down by Charlie Brown. Washington with the ball. They have it top of the key. They pass it inside, trying to back their way inside the low post. They kick it back outside. That was Janis Puseknis right there, as he is from well, he played ball in the country of Spain this past season in the EuroLeague. He's actually from the country of Latvia. 7'1" center right there, but that was a reach-in foul committed by Charlie Brown, the sophomore from St. Joseph's University. So the Wizards will get the ball back. They pass it towards the left corner of the perimeter. A lob pass at the left elbow. Back, dribbling left side baseline. They sling it over towards the right baseline now, and that is a travel committed right there by the Wizards on the play, and the Hawks will get it right back. 3-0 right now. Atlanta with a lead with 8:41 left to go in the first. So the Hawks will get this ball. They have the ball in the inbound. They're going to take it past the left side of the timeline. This is number 10, Jalen Adams, who has it. Went undrafted back in 2018. Played college basketball for St. Bonaventure. He's dribbling at the top of the key. Adams dribbles now right side. The perimeter passes inside. Right side baseline. Bruno Fernando. Jumper. No good. Gets rebounded here by Washington. Washington now with the ball. They have it right wing perimeter into the hands of Hachimura. Rui Hachimura, the number 9 overall draft pick. Jumper at the free throw circle. Rui connects with it. He hits it for 2. 3-2 the score. 8:05 left to go in the first quarter here as the Hawks have the ball. Dribbling right side perimeter with Jalen Adams. Adams with the ball, looking to pass it to somebody, passes it over towards the left wing perimeter, bounce pass at the left elbow, Fernando with the ball, Bruno Fernando back outside, that's a 3, taken left wing, and they connect with it from the outside right there. Hawks have dialed up 2 3-point shots right now with a 6-2 lead. 7:40 left to go in the first. Washington backing their way inside the low post, that pass goes to the left wing here, the Wizards with the ball. 7:35 left to go in the first. Great defense played by Charlie Brown, keeping with his man. Lob pass over the top, and that putback goes right up and in by Janis Puseknis right there. 7'1", played in the EuroLeague last year. So that shot goes down for Washington. 6-4 the score. Atlanta with the ball, top of the key. As that is Nua. Nua passes that one off. Left wing to Jalen Adams. Adams tries to make his way now. Takes the floater at the key. That one's an air ball. Gets rebounded here by the Wizards. Washington with the ball. Nice bounce passes. They're going to move right into the lane. And that is a whistle on the foul picked up by Atlanta here with 7:04 left to go in the first. So if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Looks like Heat played some basketball, balling right up after my streams. That's awesome. That's glad to hear that. Glad to get you guys out of the house and shoot some hoops. That's awesome, guys. As the first shot goes down at the free throw line right there by the Wizards. We get ourselves a 1-point game. 6-5 right now is the score. So first shot went down right there by Washington. Second shot coming up at the free throw line. This one's up. This one's good. We are tied up at 6 apiece here in this one. 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter right now. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. As this is Jalen Adams dribbling towards the left. Bounce pass. It goes off. Looks to appear to be a Washington player's shoe right there as it bounced off his shoe and went baseline out of bounds. So the Hawks will get this ball right back. Tied up at 6. 6:54 left to go in the first. So they lob it over at the top of the key into the hands of Bruno Fernando. Fernando dribbling left wing perimeter, and now they're going to take a left baseline there with Jalen Adams. Adams passes that one into the key. That shot no good. Too strong off the backboard. Gets rebounded here by the Wizards. Washington with the ball. Troy Brown Jr., not the football player, but the basketball player that's playing in this game. Troy Brown Jr. played for the G League for the Capital City Go-Go, which is the Washington Wizards G League team last season. Wizards with the ball. They take the right corner 3. They connect. From the outside, it's Garrison Matthews. So it's 9-6 right now, the score. Looks like my stream might be a little behind, guys. So we have 6:15 left to go in the first. It's a little behind. I actually am not doing this from ESPN2. It's actually from the streaming device right now, so that's why it's a little behind. Floater right there, and the key goes down by Atlanta, 9-8 right now. So 6 minutes left to go in the first, as we got Washington with the ball. They have it at the right wing perimeter now. They take it inside, dribble right baseline, jumper. That one goes down for 2 right there by the Wizards, and now it's 11-8. 5:50 left to go in the first. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take this one past the left side of the timeline. The Hawks now. Bounce pass inside. Low post underneath the basket right there for Nick Ward. Nick Ward turns it over. And here we go. Washington with the ball. Taking it into the lane. Whistle on the foul right there with 5:37 left to go in the first. So a lot of action early on. But moving on to a commercial break right now with 5:37 left to go in the first quarter. If you guys are new to the channel, spike the like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So yeah, right now I'm going to update you guys with the leading scores as well. We'll do that throughout the game right now. We'll look at the box score. Both of these teams with records in Summer League play. 1-2 right now. Somebody will find their second win of Summer League play right after this one. But right now, currently on the commercial break, 11-8. Great score so far between both of these teams. Actually, let's see here if I can get the stream someplace else. It's a little behind right now. So right now, just going to update you guys with the leading scores. So here's the leading scores right now. So actually 4 points by Isaac Bonga, leading the way as he's number 17 for the Washington Wizards right now. And 3 points by Garrison Matthews for the Wizards in this one. Atlanta, their leading scorer looks to be, it's a tie with 3 points. Charlie Brown Jr. with 3. And also in there happens to be Tajer McCall with 3 points as well. He was undrafted back in 2017, played for Tennessee State. So those are the leading scorers right now. DeAndre Hunter and Admiral Schofield, both of those players should be playing in the game as well right now. We're going to see if they have any numbers as well. I'm going to look towards the box score right now. So, Bruno Fernando hasn't scored yet. But, yeah, both of those players should be playing in the game. They haven't checked in yet, but DeAndre Hunter is the number 4 overall draft pick, and Admiral Schofield on the other side for Washington, number 42 overall draft pick. But we're getting back to action here. So it looks like we get some shots here at the free throw line. So that first shot at the free throw line goes down by Washington, and it's 12-8 right now is the score. So we just got back into the game here momentarily. 12-8, 5:37 left to go in the first quarter. Second shot coming up here at the free throw line by the Wizards. This one's up. This one is good, as they have a 5-point lead right now. 13-8 is the score after both of those free throws were made at the line by Garrison Matthews. Washington with the ball. They have it at the top of the key with Matt Mooney. Atlanta has the ball. They have it with Matt Mooney as he played for Texas Tech. Hands that one off, and that's a jumper taken at the top of the free throw circle, but offensive foul right there by the Hawks, as it looks like Washington will get this ball right back. So the Wizards up by 5. They'll get it back with 5:25 left to go in this first quarter. Washington with the ball. They pass it at the top of the key. As that ball now goes into the hands right there of Puseknis, and Puseknis tried to go down inside the low post, missed the shot right there with 5:05 left to go in the first. So Atlanta with the ball, dribbling baseline. They sling that one out at the left corner perimeter. They pass it back out to the top of the key, moving it around the perimeter. Bruno Fernando dribbles, takes that jumper at the left baseline. No good. Battle for the rebound, and Washington's got it. The Wizards with the ball now as they have it. Top of the key, fling it over towards the right wing into the hands of Matthews. Matthews taking a 3, no good. Gets rebounded by Charlie Brown. Hawks now with the ball. 4:40 left to go in the first quarter here. Atlanta has it at the left elbow with Charlie Brown. Pass over to Bruno Fernando. Dribbling now left side baseline with Fernando trying to back his way inside the low post. And that's a reach and foul committed right there on the court by Janas Puseknis. Played Euroball this past year in Spain. He's actually from the country of Latvia. He picked up the reach and foul just moments ago. So 4:34 left to go in the first right now. We got some players checking in and out of the game here at the moment. So The Hawks will get this ball back. They lob it over at the left wing perimeter into the hands of Reed Travis. Played under John Calipari at Kentucky. Passed it right there to his teammate who missed the handle. Travis did get it back though. Passes right wing three. Taken from the outside. Nice pass by Travis to find Siebert right there. And Jordan Siebert drains the three, and it's 13-11. 4:10 left to go in the first quarter right now. If you're new to the channel, make sure to spike the like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Washington with the ball. Bounce pass inside the low post. They go for the jumper. That's a complete air ball right there inside the low post. It gets rebounded by Nua of the Hawks. They sling it over. Left corner three taken by McCall. And he connects with it. Tajay McCall sinking down the three from outside, and the Hawks take back the lead just like that. It's 14-13. Washington now with the ball. They dribble at the top of the key. They take that shot. That one's no good, and that one gets rebounded by the Hawks. Hawks, big burst of speed up the court here as they're going to take that one towards the left wing perimeter into the hands right there of Spellman. Spellman tried to pass that one off. It's stolen away. Here we are. Big burst of speed transition to the basket. Huge block from the back right there by the Hawks by Siebert. Atlanta gets the ball after that block in transition. Hawks with the ball and a whistle and a foul on the last play here. So we're going to get back to action. So Siebert with the ball after the whistle. Back to Mooney. Takes the three. Connects. 17-13 right now is the score. 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter right now. Washington with the ball. They lob it over at the free throw circle. They're dribbling towards the left wing perimeter. Pass it towards the left corner. They take the three from outside. That's an air ball right there by Garrison Matthews. And it gets rebounded on the defensive end here by the Hawks. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take it up the court past the left side of the half-court logo. 2:45 left to go in the first quarter. They pass it off. They take the three at the top of the key. No good. Off the top of the iron. Rebounded by Rui Hachimura. Rui, big burst of speed right there as he's now at the top of the key dribbling with the ball. Rui's going to hand that one off into his teammate on the court, and they're going to dribble inside. They pass it over into the key to Rui. Slings it back outside. Top of the key three taken. Washington, no good right there by Mo Wagner on the court. Gets rebounded here by the Hawks. Atlanta with the ball. They have it at the left elbow. Sling it over towards the right wing. They take the three. It hits the front part of the rim by Amin Nua. Gets rebounded by the Wizards. Big burst of speed up the court. They miss the layup, and it gets rebounded by Nua of the Hawks. 2 minutes left to go in the first right now. 17-13 is the score still, as the Hawks have the ball dribbling at the left wing perimeter. And Atlanta is going to sling that one over towards the right wing. That's a bad shot taken. Complete air ball, but they get it back. Offensive rebound taken by Atlanta. They take another three from outside by Reed Travis. He misses it. Gets rebounded by Washington here on the whistle and the foul with 1:42 left to go in the first. So right now, the score on the clock, 17-13 right now between both of these teams, as it's a 4-point game, and Atlanta leading it as they were down early on. Washington was out in front, but the Hawks have taken the lead with a couple 3-point shots from the outside here and there. We're going to get back to action here momentarily. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So yeah, I'm just going to update you guys with the leading scores, but yeah, Rui Hachimura is his name. He played at Gonzaga. He played under head coach Mark Few at Gonzaga, number 9 overall draft pick for Rui Hachimura, and this is his numbers. He averaged last season 19.7 points per game. That ranked 3rd in the WCC Conference, the West Coast Conference that Gonzaga plays in. He also snagged 6.5 rebounds per game as well for Gonzaga this past season. So Rui Hachimura was a big force this past season for Gonzaga in the game, but should be getting back to action here momentarily on the channel. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me in here. Right now, 17-13 is the score. We have around like a minute and 42 left to go. We do have a commercial break on the court. So since we're at commercial break, just going to update you guys with the leading scores of this one. Leading the way for Washington, looks like Garrison Matthews is leading the way with 5 points in the starting lineup right now for Garrison Matthews of Washington. 4 points by Isaac Bonga of the Wizards. We look to the Hawks scoring numbers in this one, and the leading score goes out to Tajay McCall, as Tajay McCall right now has 6 points for the Hawks, and 3 points has been scored by Charlie Brown Jr. so far in this game for Atlanta. So it looks like Heath will be back in 5 minutes. Hey, no problem, man. Feel free to join me back whenever, as right now we're on a commercial break. A minute and 42 left to go, and we're getting ready to go back to action. So 1:42 left to go in this first quarter. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. So yeah, this is my only game tonight, and then I'll be back tomorrow with another game for you guys as well. 1:35 left to go in the first quarter. We're back to action. Washington with the ball. They have it at the top of the free throw circle. They pass it out to the right wing perimeter into the hands of Hachimura. Hachimura takes the right elbow jumper. No good. Hits the front part of the rim. Gets his own offensive rebound though and controls it. He's at the right baseline. Hachimura still with the ball. 9 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock. Looking for somebody. Slings it back. 1:16 left to go. That ball stolen. Bad pass by Hachimura. Gets stolen right there by Atlanta. Atlanta with the ball now at the left elbow. Dribbling with it, Jalen Adams. Adams puts that ball now back into his hands and passes that one towards the right wing. They take a three from outside and the Hawks connect. 3-point shot right there by Nua. And we're going with buckets right now, so big shot right here. 1 minute left to go in the first. So we got ourselves 17-16 to score, with 1 minute even left to go in the first quarter. Yeah, I thought that was the score. I don't know why ESPN did that to me. So yeah, I definitely called the right play. It's 20-13. Yeah, Nua's on the Hawks. I don't know why they did that to me right there. I was going to say, 20-13 right now is the score. Washington, with the ball, they have it at the right wing. They pass it towards the top of the key, slug it over towards the left wing. Edwin in the chat. What's good, my man? Thanks so much for joining me back here. As we got Edwin here in the chat, and that ball gets rebounded by the Hawks on the play. 40 seconds left to go in the first. 20-13 is the score. As the Hawks take the top of the key three with Adams. Hits the rim short. That one gets rebounded here by the Wizards. Washington now with the ball. They have it at the right wing perimeter with Troy Copane. Copane played for the Orlando Magic G League team this past season. He passing that one off, and they try to go for a move right there into the lane by Azuf Saman, and he loses control of the ball. And that ball goes out of bounds, so the Hawks will get it back here with a 7-point lead, 20-13 to score. So yeah, we got Gucci Raptors fan as well in the channel. Jarrett Culver, he's saying Jarrett Culver trash. Yeah. I did Minnesota yesterday. Not so much going on in that game for Jarrett Culver in that one. But here we are back to action. Atlanta with the ball. Oh, nice play right there as they lob it over the top of the alley-oop, and they get it for two. It's 22-13 right now as we just ended the first quarter at the horn right there. So a 9-point game heading in to this commercial break right now. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me on here on the channel. So 1 quarter complete here. 22-13 right now. So, yeah, a lot of those players basically right after the top three, a lot of those players really haven't shown what they're made of. Darius Garland getting picked by number 5 by the Cavaliers. Hasn't played in the Summer League because he's still recovering from that injury. And then you got the number 4 draft pick, DeAndre Hunter, who only played 1 game so far for the Hawks. In that game, he didn't really impress at all on the court as he only scored 6 points, 2 for 8 from the floor. DeAndre Hunter, I'm going to see what his numbers are throughout this one, if he's even checked into the game here. Let's see. As, yeah, he just hasn't played yet. So no DeAndre Hunter in this game as well. I know he was battling an illness yesterday, so it looks like no DeAndre Hunter at this stage of the game right now for Atlanta. Okay, let's see. The Celtics playing again before the playoffs. So yes, the Celtics are playing tonight. It's a very late game, though. It's supposed to tip off at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. That game will be tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, as the Boston Celtics will tip off at 10:30 tonight if you live on the East Coast. So, very late game as we're getting ready for the second quarter here on this channel. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me in here on the stream right now. And going to look to the leading scores of this one as Tajay McCall leading the way right now for the Hawks with 6 points. 6 points as well, tied with him. Matt Mooney, off the bench, played college basketball at Texas Tech, as he has 6 points right now for the Washington Wizards. Leading scorer has 5 points. That is Garrison Matthews, as he played college basketball for Lipscomb, and he actually averaged 20.8 points per game as he ranked first last season in the Atlantic Sun Conference. So yeah, Carson Edwards looking better than a lot of people right now. Carson Edwards on complete fire. What he's done in the first 3 games for the Celtics has just been incredible. What Carson Edwards has contributed. 20 points in the first game, 14 points in the second, and 23 points in the last game on Tuesday against Denver. It's been incredible what Carson Edwards does. He does 2 things so well offensively that is tough to stop. One of them is going into the lane, dribbling the ball. When he goes into the lane, blowing past defenders, he usually goes for the reverse-handed layup. He's hard to catch there, but also, when you think that he's going to dribble in the lane, he'll go with a burst of speed, dribbling the length of the court and pull up instead for a jumper, and that's where he'll get you, is those jumpers from the left and right wing. He'll knock those down like they're automatic, and I love the aggressiveness by Carson Edwards. Great shot aggressiveness he's had so far, and he's played a huge role on the Celtics, and hopefully he can contribute in any way possible off the bench for next season behind Kemba. But here we are back to action. 22-13 the score, 9-10 left to go in the second. As Washington has the ball, they pass it towards the right corner of the perimeter. Wizards dribbling right side baseline, no good. But they get the offensive rebound underneath. That ball gets tipped back, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds. On the play here with 9:03 left to go in the second. So that ball out of bounds by Washington. They tried to get it back on the offensive rebound, but couldn't. So Atlanta will get this inbound. The Hawks will take this one past the half-court logo as this ball is into the hands now of Jalen Adams. Adams hands that one off to his teammate here. That's Cy Barrett. Cy Barrett passes over to Nua. Nua dribbling right side baseline. No good for the first shot. Tipping, though, goes in for two by the Hawks. It's 24-13. If you're new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Washington now with the ball at the left elbow. Whistle on the foul here with 8:37 left to go in the second. So, 11-point game so far. Washington's gone stone cold the past couple plays, but they have a chance here to shoot some shots at the line. So, 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here by the Wizards. First shot's up. First shot is good. This is Admiral Schofield, as he played college basketball this past season for the University of Tennessee. He was teammates with Grant Williams. Admiral Schofield finished with an average of 16.5 points per game, which ranked 5th in the SEC. So, Atlanta on the defensive end, once again, off that technical. Washington with the ball, they take the pull-up jumper. That one, no good. They do get help with a tip-in, though, as that one goes down for 2 right there. So that was a little bit of help. It's 24-16. Atlanta now with the ball. 8:20 left to go in the second, and they're going to take this one past the half-court logo, and we do have a whistle on the play. So whistle right now in the court is the Hawks. We'll get this ball back on the inbound pass here momentarily. 6 points by Taji McCall. He's leading the way in scoring right now for Atlanta. So Atlanta to inbound this ball right now as we have 8:20 left to go in the second. They're going to take this one past the timeline, and they have it at the top of the key, dribbling with it. This is Jalen Adams. Adams looking for somebody to pass it to. Passes right corner. They dribble right side baseline. That shot no good. They got blocked out of bounds right there by the Wizards. And it looks to be the Hawks will get this one back with 8:08 left to go in the second. So, yeah, on my stat sheet here, I take down like a bunch of notes on how the players performed last season. So, yeah, I have a bunch of notes on like the college players from this past season and other players as well, like the G League players, what teams they played for. But I covered college basketball quite a bit this past season, so I've seen like a good amount of these players play. Yeah, so many teams with Bulldogs in their logo. Georgia, Gonzaga, it just goes on and on as Washington tried to dribble inside the low post, and that ball gets stripped and stolen away right here by Atlanta. Atlanta now with the ball at the free throw circle, trying to make a move into the lane. That shot too high off the backboard, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Washington, though, so the Hawks will retain possession on it. Right now, 24-16 is the score. 7:43 left to go in the second. So, inbound pass coming up by Charlie Brown, played for St. Joseph's. That team was not a Bulldog for a logo. That team was a Hawk. And we are back to action here. Also, the Rams are another one. A lot of teams have logos and mascots as Rams. That's a fadeaway jumper. No good at the left baseline by Bruno Fernando, and it gets rebounded here by the Wizards. Japanese freaking sure. Rui Hachimura, first player ever from Japan to be drafted in the NBA draft, which is awesome. But yeah, Rui Hachimura, number 9 overall draft pick from Japan, as the Hawks now have the ball. They pass it at the right corner, making their way inside the low post. Nice crafty move and a finish right there with the left hand. Goes down for 2 by Jalen Adams. It's 26-16, 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Washington now with the ball. They have it at the left elbow. They pass it over. They're going to take this one at the left wing with the ball now, and they take the 3. That one is no good. Battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound underneath, and big putback by Admiral Schofield for 2. 26-18 right there, as Admiral Schofield has the putback off the glass right there by the Wizards. Atlanta with the ball. They have it top of the key. They take it into the lane, and a whistle on the foul committed right there in the reach-in. on the last play by Washington. So yeah, a whistle here on the last play of this stage of the game. But yeah, I should be doing a stream for you guys tomorrow night. So one game tomorrow. I believe it'll be the 8:30 game I'll be doing. So a little bit later tomorrow night. So 8:30 will be the game on Friday. I've been having really great results. Whenever I do a stream on Friday, people are loving it. I've had so good for results on Friday nights. But here we are, back to action. Washington has the ball at the top of the key. They pass that one off into the hands of Troy Copain. He played for the Lakeland Magic, the G League team for Orlando this past season. Passes it off. Right wing three. That one's taken from way outside right there, but that's a miss by Jones of the Wizards. Gets rebounded by the Hawks. Hawks now, fast break transition. Left corner three, no good. From the outside by Seibert. Gets rebounded by the Wizards. Washington with the ball. They take it past the half-court logo. They have it at the left baseline. Dribbling inside, and that one goes down right there off the backboard with a charge called, so no bucket will be rolled on the play right there. That is a charge as Washington was dribbling towards the basket right there, left side baseline, and a great charge taken underneath by the Hawks. So Atlanta will get this ball back after that Washington offensive foul. So the Hawks to get this ball back, as this one will be taken up the court at the left wing perimeter into the hands of Seibert. Seibert dribbling towards the top of the key now, and he slings it over at the left wing into the hands of Jalen Adams. Back to Seibert. Seibert back to Adams at the left wing. As Adams is dribbling with it. 7 on the shot clock. Flings it over at the top of the key into the hands back to Seibert. Seibert, deep three, top of the key. That one no good. Hits the top of the iron. Gets rebounded there by Schofield. Washington with the ball. They're going to take this one past the right side of the half-court logo. Admiral Schofield passes. Right baseline dribbling. They sling it over at the top of the key now. Nice perimeter passing. Take the three at the top of the key. No good from outside though by Garrison Matthews of the Wizards. Rebounded by the Hawks. Atlanta with the ball. Fast break here, and they go in for the layup, and no good. They missed it. Rebounded by Washington. 5:10 left to go in the second. A couple misses here and there by both of these teams when they should have had clean buckets, but no, they missed it. Top of the key three taken. No good by Washington. This one underneath gets rebounded by Atlanta. That's Charlie Brown with the rebound. Full court. Outlet pass right there, and another missed layup. Should have gone home off the backboard for two, but they missed it. Washington takes the three, right wing outside. They dialed up. They connect. So that three goes down right there. It's 26-21. 26-21 the score right now on the channel. So 5-point game here at the moment between both of these teams. And UMBC watching DeAndre Hunter here too. Yeah, DeAndre Hunter he was out the last game due to a flu. And let's see here. As DeAndre Hunter looks like he's not playing again tonight. So DeAndre Hunter not playing tonight, it appears to be, as he is not on the box score list for tonight's game. Bruno Fernando is from Maryland. He hasn't been able to shoot the ball so far. He's 0 for 4 from the floor. Actually, he doesn't even have a rebound either. This guy was top 15 in college basketball this past season in rebounds, Bruno Fernando. Some people thought he'd go back to Maryland to play for another year. So Maryland would be nasty. They'd be most likely a top 3 team in the nation. But Bruno Fernando declared for the draft, gets picked up by the Hawks, and right now he's a -9 on the court. 0 points for Atlanta by Bruno Fernando. Only with a block and a steal and assist so far. No rebounds by Bruno. So we're almost ready to get back to action here on the court. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me here on the channel. 26-21 is the score in Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you're new to the channel as well, make sure to give that the thumbs up down below. Oh, yeah, Ty Jerome and Kyle Guy also on the watch list. Defending national champion watch list from Virginia. Everybody out there for UMBC. Watching Virginia, but man, what a season for Virginia. They almost lost it against Purdue. That was crazy, that game against Purdue. Virginia going to the free throw line. They missed the shot, and then they get the ball on the offensive rebound back into the backcourt. They pass it off. I believe it was Kihei Clark, the smallest player on the court, who passed the ball, found Mamadi Diakite at the right baseline wide open and hit the tying jumper to send it into overtime. And after that, Virginia had full momentum in that game. They beat Purdue in that one. If Purdue had won that, they would have had a great shot at the title. And then everybody would have been talking about Carson Edwards. His draft stock probably would have boosted up too. He might have got picked well before 33 in the draft if Carson Edwards and Purdue had won the title, if they had beaten Virginia, there would have been a good chance that they did. But yeah, Carson Edwards so underrated, and it's incredible what he's done so far for the Celtics through 3 games in the Summer League. But right now, back to action. 26-21 the score. 4.5 left to go in the second quarter here. As Gucci Raptors fan saying college players having a higher free throw shooting percentage than NBA players. Interesting about that. Yeah, you got some really like tall players though in the NBA who just cannot shoot at all from the free throw line though. They're just basically into the game just for rebounding, defensive purposes and stuff like that. But Tyler Hero is one example of a incredible free throw shooter. Shot the ball at like 94% from the line this past season. I think coming into yesterday's game, because I called a Heat game yesterday, he was 19 for 20 at the line. Tyler Hero is basically basically was the best one in all college basketball this past season in free throw shooting percentage, as Atlanta's at the line. First shot goes up and it's in. It's 27-21. But yeah, Tyler Hero last season in college basketball was the standard for college basketball for free throw shooting, as Atlanta got the offensive rebound underneath the basket. What are you doing, Bruno Fernando? He tried to go down for the two-handed jam, and that ball went wide left of the rim. How can you miss a slam dunk when you're holding on to the rim and the ball, I think it slipped away from him right there. It appeared to be. It went towards the left side of the rim, didn't even touch it. So Washington now with the ball, they turn it over as they pass that one into the key as the Hawks get the steal. Atlanta with the ball, top of the key into the hands of Jalen Adams. Adams dribbling towards the left, now takes and goes inside a little bit right there. Takes the jumper to the top of the free throw circle, no good. Offensive rebound, that's a miss on the reverse handed layup by Charlie Brown. And a whistle on a foul right here with 3:50 left to go in the second. Looks like this one's offensive by Atlanta. So yeah, 27-21 right now is the score. Yeah, man, Auburn got robbed in that game. That foul killed Auburn with barely any time on the clock. Left corner 3 taken, and Kyle Guy gets sent to the free throw line, and ice water in his veins. He drains down all three of them in that semifinal game. Auburn got robbed there. That would have been an incredible story as a 5 seed going all the way to the national title game and possibly having a chance to win it. 27-21 right now. Washington with the ball. They take the left wing 3. That one is no good from the outside by Garrison Matthews. And it's rebounded here by the Hawks. Atlanta now with the ball. They take a 3 of their own at the left wing. That one's no good, and that gets rebounded by Washington. Troy Copain with the rebound, taking it up the court. Copain, floater in the key. He gets fouled, and he'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So Troy Copain playing the G League last season in the Orlando Magic's G League system, as he played for the Lakeland Magic, averaged 16.4 points per game this past season. As he played college basketball, undrafted back in 2017, played college basketball at Cincinnati. First shot goes down at the line. It's 27-22. So the first one was good by Troy Copain. Cincinnati is one of those teams who always gets robbed every single March Madness time of year or so. They had a huge lead this past March Madness first round game against Iowa, and they just couldn't hold that lead, and Iowa completed the comeback with Jordan Bohannon shooting ridiculous three-point shots, and they won that game coming back in that one. But yeah, Cincinnati's always struggled in March Madness, but that's where Troy Copain played college basketball, was at the University of Cincinnati. As 27-23 is the score. Second shot went down at the line, and Atlanta now with the ball. They take the left baseline jumper, no good. Second chance though, goes in right there on the tip and underneath. And they're going to count it right there. That was by Tajay McCall, so it goes down for 2. So it looks like Heath is back in the chat. Well, what's good, my man? Thanks so much, Heath, for joining me back in the chat right now. So Tajay Mahal right there. Or Tajay McCall is his name. Keep on thinking that it's the Taj Mahal, but his name is actually Tajir McCall. As that shot goes down at the free throw line by McCall, it's 30-23. Interesting names here on the court for sure in this one. I was looking at both of these lineups, and some of these names were just really interesting. One of these guys is from Latvia. His name is Janis Puseknis. As he's not in the game right now. That for the Wizards, Garrison Matthews is in the game, and that's a 3 taken as they hit that one down from the wing of the perimeter. Atlanta going inside. They turn it over. Washington now with the ball. They have it at the right wing, the three-point perimeter. This is Justin Robinson. Bounce pass at the right baseline. This one's stolen away by Atlanta. The Hawks now with the ball. Burst the speed. They have it at the left elbow. They pass it back at the right wing of the perimeter here. So the Hawks have the ball. 2:20 left to go in the second. They sling it over at the left wing. Into the hands here, McCall. McCall takes this one into the lane. He passes it out into the wrong player. Going the other way, it went to a white jersey. Washington with the ball. They pass it over at the left wing. They fling that one back over top of the key. 3 taken. That one rattles out by Mo Wagner of the Wizards, and it gets rebounded by the Hawks. 2 minutes left to go in the second. Atlanta with the ball, making their move inside the low post, finishing right there for 2. And they count it. So they get fouled, and they bank that shot home right there off the backboard, up and in for 2 points by the Hawks. 6-point game right now. Pay the kids. With the NCAA. Kevin Ollie, a couple weeks ago, former head coach of UConn, with that whole 2-year probation thing. Just insane. Kevin Ollie and UConn a couple years ago, they were cheating in college basketball. They didn't even finish with good records. They finished with records of like 16 and 17 overall, and they had like a specialized trainer giving like a couple of select players in their team. I believe it was 3 players on that UConn team a couple of years ago that the trainer was giving like free gym sessions, like free training sessions without other team players. Also, he gave them like free hotel stays, free transportation, and a couple of other things here and there or so. But I guess that trainer for UConn that they had like a secret gym that the players would train at. Only a select couple of players for UConn. So that's what happened there, and that's kind of like a part of a booster whatsoever. So UConn got 2 years probation for that. They got those wins and losses vacated from 2 of those seasons in the past, right after the 2014 title. But the funny thing is those 2 seasons amounted to a record of 30 and 35 overall. So try to cheat, and you don't even have a winning record. It's pretty crazy. Oh, man. Wow, $900 million made from March Madness. Damn. Yeah, those TV contracts for sure. Bringing in the big bucks with that whole Turner contract. With all the games on TV. As Heat says he wishes that the Nuggets were in the semis. That'd be great for him to see Tyler Cook again. That'd be awesome. Nuggets, unfortunately, they started out really strong. But then, afterwards, they lost the last 2 games in a row. As we are back to action here. 32-26 is the score. 1:50 left to go before halftime. As Rui Hachimura has the ball. He takes this one into the key. Slings that one back towards the left wing. Pass. Inside. That jumper goes down at the right baseline for 2 by Isaac Bonga. It's a 4-point game right now. It's 32-28. The score here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike the like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Yeah, Arizona Wildcats, somehow they haven't been able to get Sean Miller and his squad, even though it seems like that whole case has been going on for a while with the whole college bribery scandal there at Arizona. So I believe the Nuggets have played 3 games so far. I think they lost last night against Golden State, so their record's 1-2 overall. As that shot taken in, it goes down for 2 by Washington at the right elbow. It's a 2-point game. 32-30 right now. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. Atlanta with the ball, dribbling towards the right wing perimeter into the hands of Armani Brooks. Armani at the right wing perimeter. And they pass that one inside. That shot is tipped, and oh, they do get the rebound here. Actually, it's Winbush. 33 for Brooks is Washington. 33 for Atlanta is Winbush right there, as I had called it. So Armani Brooks played for Houston last season. Same as teammate Corey Davis Jr. They both play on the Wizards right now as we have 49 seconds left to go. Whistle on the offensive foul committed right there by the Hawks. So the ball go back here to Washington. 32-30, 45 seconds left to go in the second. Washington with the ball. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Dribbling around. They'll take it at the top of the key. This is Justin Robinson. Robinson dribbling towards the left. Bounce pass over at the left baseline. Hachimura with the ball. Whistling the foul as Rui will get some chances here at the free throw line for 2. 35.2 seconds left to go in this second quarter for the Japanese man Rui Hachimura from Gonzaga. Ranked 3rd in the WCC West Coast Conference this past season in points scored per game. So we have 35.2 seconds left to go in the second quarter. So I believe Denver, the first game they played was on Sunday. It was against Orlando. They beat Orlando in that game because I did the play-by-play of that one. The second game they played Boston on Tuesday, and then yesterday they played against Golden State, and I looked at the scoreboard, and Golden State won that game. So Denver right now is 1-2 in the standings. As right now we are at commercial break. I haven't updated you guys on the leading scores right now, so I'll do so. As 32-30 is the score. Let's see who's leading the way. That's Taj McCall right now. He has 12 points so far for this one for the Hawks. He's the leading scorer, shooting 4 for 7 from the floor. And then for Washington, 11-point score by Garrison Matthews at this moment. Oh, so that's pretty cool. So Heat's brother, or Heat's little brother, makes videos. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Also, what is interesting, you guys know the sports announcer Ian Eagle, who does the NBA, or he does the NBA on TNT with the Brooklyn Nets, I think. He does NBA as well. He does, like, all the Brooklyn Nets NBA, I believe. And then he also does the play-by-play for CBS for the NFL, which is awesome. So Ian Eagle, his son, is actually calling this game. So his son, I think, graduated Syracuse a couple of years ago, and he's calling this game right now on ESPN2. So this is really interesting. So 32-30 is the score. 2 shots at the line here by Rui Hachimura. First shot goes up, and it's in. It's cut to a 1-point lead right now for the Hawks. So Rui Hachimura hitting the first one at the free throw line. Here's the second one at the free throw line. We are tied up at 32. 32 even right now between both of these teams with 30 seconds left to go before halftime. As the Hawks have the ball, tied up even here. As they have it at the top of the key, dribbling towards the left wing perimeter. This is. Now with Atlanta, they take the left elbow jumper down one. They connect with him. Matt Mooney for 2. He played college basketball at Texas Tech this past season. So 2 shots right there by Matt Mooney. 22.8 seconds left to go before halftime on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call all types of play-by-play here in basketball action. So 22.8 seconds left before halftime right now. Oh, yeah, SEC football at its finest. The SEC on CBS. Oh, man, I used to listen to Vern Lundquist for years before he retired. That man was awesome to listen to. But now they have Brad Nessler calling play-by-play for the SEC on CBS. But that's such a huge thing down there in the Southeast as far as football. Notre Dame as well. They get their own TV contract to NBC for all the home games. That's pretty cool, getting like your own TV contract, being like a special team like that or so. But yeah, right now guys, score 34-32 right now at commercial break. 2-point score with a 2-point lead right now. Garrison Matthews still leading the way here for the Wizards with 11 points, as he's knocked down 3 3-point shots so far in this game for Washington. Going to look towards Atlanta right now. Leading scorer still is Tahjere McCall. McCall with 12 points along with 8 rebounds. As he's been playing really well so far in the Summer League. McCall had 16 points on Saturday in the 6-point loss against Milwaukee. Then McCall on Tuesday had 15 points in that game. But the double-double machine or flirting with that double-double happened to be on Omari Spellman. He had 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 blocks on Sunday against Minnesota. They got crushed against Minnesota on Sunday, 90-66. But Spellman was a little close to getting towards that double-double. Didn't quite get there, but he just needed 2 more boards, and he would have got it on that game. But yeah, in this offseason, Washington Wizards signing Isaiah Thomas as point guard. $2.3 million contract for 1 year last week. And Isaiah Thomas, coming from the Denver Nuggets, only played 12 games last season with Denver. Of course, his best season was a couple of years ago with the Boston Celtics, where he averaged above 28 points per game. But here we are, back to action. Final 20 seconds here of the second quarter, as Washington has the ball. They dribble at the right wing perimeter, pass it off towards the top of the key. The Wizards have it backing their way up here with Troy Brown Jr. at the left wing perimeter. 7 seconds left to go. They take the 3 at the left wing. That one no good at the outside. And the defensive rebound snagged in by Atlanta. Half court heave left side. And that one no good. It did hit the top of the iron right there, as we are at halftime. It's a 2-point game at the half. 34-32. So halftime, we are now going to it right now. Trevor Lawrence is what Triet said for 2021. So he's looking at Trevor Lawrence of Clemson there to be 2021 Heisman, or 2021 pick number one overall of the draft, which will be interesting as well. I should get back into some college football or so. I haven't watched that much college football, but I did keep with it like last season a little bit or so. There's so much hype that goes into like the first week of college football, which is incredible. Like all the games that they have, like they usually start out with a Chick-fil-A kickoff, that like 8 o'clock time slot that they do, the ABC Sunday or Saturday night football game of the week. Always a big hit right there. Like they pour so much money into the promos, I bet, for all that stuff with the ESPN networks. But yeah, right now we're at halftime, guys. So if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to give this a thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So Michigan or Michigan State. So for football, I take Michigan for football. For basketball, I take Michigan State. I've always liked Michigan State, though, in general, just more than Michigan, though. One of my friends from high school, he actually is at Michigan State right now. But yeah, both of those schools absolutely huge. But Michigan State for basketball, Michigan for football. The Patriots picked up Chase Winovich in the draft, so it's going to be interesting to see how they fit in Winovich if he does make the roster. I heard that he's just quite a player, like comparison to like Clay Matthews with his hair, and then he plays with like such energy on the football field, and just he's got a motor to him as well. As I hope he makes the roster for Belichick's squad this season. That'd be awesome to see. But right now, guys, we're at halftime. 34-32 is the score. As Tajir McCall leading the way for the Atlanta Hawks. He has 12 points along with 8 rebounds at halftime. The other players here for Atlanta is just small amount of points. Matt Mooney, though, from Texas Tech, chipping in with 8 points at halftime for the Hawks. As far as Washington scoring has gone in the first half, 11 points, leading the way by Garrison Matthews in this one. Garrison Matthews played college basketball for Lipscomb. He played college basketball for Lipscomb, as they should have made the tournament, but they didn't win their conference in the Atlantic Sun, so they missed out on that. They had a pretty good season, though, throughout the regular season there for Lipscomb, but they missed the tournament as it's a one-bid Atlantic Sun Conference, basically. He averaged 20.8 points per game as he ranked first in the Atlantic Sun this past season. So right now we are at commercial break. There's another game going on right now in the Summer League. The score is 70-68. It's the Toronto Raptors up against the Indiana Pacers with 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Currently, the Indiana Pacers are winless in Summer League play, as they are 0-3 right now, but it looks like Aaron Holiday just made a free throw, so it's a 1-point game between those two at the moment here. As far as this game, it's a 2-point game. Great game between both of these teams at halftime right now. 34-32 is the score between the Atlanta Hawks and the Washington Wizards. We should be returning here in less than 10 minutes, hopefully, to action on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you guys are new, make sure to give this a thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. So, just another game missed out by DeAndre Hunter. And this one for Atlanta's. He's the number 4 overall draft pick, as he missed the last game with an illness. He did play in the second game, though. So DeAndre Hunter played in the second game, as that game was on Sunday. Didn't shoot the ball well at all from the floor, though. He was 2 for 8, only 6 points scored, as that was his first Summer League game. Trying to build on it for DeAndre Hunter, but he still hasn't been able to play, so recovering from the illness that he had. So let's see here, Florida Seminoles or Florida Gators. I take the Gators. So yeah, I've always grown up watching the Florida Gators, the days with Tim Tebow on the roster. Those good old days back in the late 2000s or so. So I say the Gators in the swamp in Gainesville. So I'll pick them over the Seminoles. Florida Seminoles were supposed to be good a couple of years ago. Right after Jameis Winston went to the NFL, they had DeAndre Francois as their quarterback, and yeah, that just did not work out. DeAndre Francois doesn't even play for Florida State anymore. And then they had Roberto Aguayo as a kicker, and then right after he left, got drafted by the Buccaneers at like the very top of the draft as a kicker, which was just a terrible draft choice. Didn't even last 2 seasons with them, missing out on field goals left and right. But Roberto Aguayo, his younger brother, played for Florida State right after that. And when Aguayo was playing for the Buccaneers at the time, his younger brother was having the same issues as him, missing field goals as well for the Seminoles. But yeah, it's just been so disappointing. Some of those years by Florida State that they've put together, like, they've been able to make runs at national titles when they had, like, Jameis Winston on the roster. But some of the other years were, like, Christian Ponder or so. The year that was lost, that everybody had them in the AP Top 25 poll as number 2 overall, and they had a terrible season that year. I think that was 2 years ago or so. They played in the first game of the week. I remember that. They played in the Saturday Night Football game on ABC, and they got blown out in that one because they had DeAndre Francois as quarterback for the Seminoles. But yeah, I take the Gators for sure. Al Horford played on the basketball team for the Gators when they won the title with Billy Donovan back in 2006. But I think next season Florida is going to be a really good team in college basketball. They get Kerry Blackshear Jr., who transfers over from Virginia Tech to Florida. So he's one hell of a rebounder, a beast of a rebounder. Now he'll be playing for the Florida Gators for next season as a senior. So looks like you got Tua. So Tua as number 1 for 2020, number 1 pick with Tua. Yeah, I can see that happening. It's incredible what Tua's done during his time at Alabama, beating out Jalen Hurts last season. He was brought into the national title game for Jalen Hurts in that game. Hadn't even played football before at Alabama, like very few reps he'd taken. Comes into the middle of the game to take over for Jalen Hurts, and he just erupts with 2 straight touchdown passes. So it looks like we have Basketball Nuggets fan 34. What's good? As looks like that's Heat right now is, let's see, so Heat saying that his brother changed his channel name and now it's this. So now I'll remember you by that right now. So Basketball Nuggets fan 34 in the chat. So there we have it. As, yeah, the score also contains a 34 on the board. It's 34-32 right now after the first half. As we are getting ready to go to action here for the second half momentarily. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Matt Mooney with a pretty good first half. 9 minutes played, 8-point score by the player from Texas Tech, Matt Mooney, right now, as we're getting ready for action here in the third quarter in a 2-point game. Huh. So, Basketball Nuggets fan saying that he met Tyler Cook's mom. That is interesting. That's really cool. So he met Tyler Cook's mom. That's awesome. I actually did not see the ESPY Awards. So, actually, I did not see the ESPY Awards last night. But yeah, I heard that Zion got his award last night. But here we are getting ready for the third quarter right now. 9:50 left to go in the third, and the Wizards have the ball. They try to take this one inside with Rui. Rui goes inside the low post, banks it home off the backboard for 2. We're tied up at 34. So 34 even right now is the score with 9:48 left to go in the third, and Rui Hachimura will shoot the and one at the free throw line as he was working on Bruno Fernando in the last play, as he banked that shot home right off the backboard, up and in, off the glass, and he'll go to the line for the and one. Rui's shot at the line, no good, hits the top of the iron, gets rebounded here by the Hawks. So Atlanta with the ball, they have it at the right wing of the perimeter. Jalen Adams passes at the top of the key. Hawks with the ball as they try to hand that one off, but it gets tipped out of bounds right there by the Wizards on the play. That's Isaac Bonga, who tipped it right out of bounds. Oh, wow, so, Best Teams in Play award. Looks like a Gucci Raptors fan wasn't too happy about that. I saw somebody's live reaction stream of it for a couple minutes yesterday. As we are tied up at 34 right now. 9:25 left to go in the third. Atlanta tried to go for the shot right there. That ball got tipped in the key, but they got the ball back. They floated it over the top of the backboard, though, with Jalen Adams on the second shot right there with 9:25 left to go in the third. But a whistle and a foul picked up underneath on the play by the Wizards here. Non-shooting foul, though, so Atlanta will get the inbound as the Hawks will inbound pass it. They take this 3, and that is an offensive foul committed right there by the Hawks. Too bad because they hit that three-point shot by Charlie Brown at the left corner, but it will not count because of the offensive foul. Washington with the ball. They're going to take it past the right court logo. 9:15 left to go in the third quarter now. Wizards with the ball, top of the key, making their move now into the lane, and they go for the little floater. No good. It rolled right around the rim. No good. They do get the offensive rebound. Oh, the pass right there. Justin Robinson's pass intended for his teammate, but it gets intercepted and tipped in the key. Atlanta with a steal. 34 even, 8:55 left to go in the third. Hawks making their move right there with a layup. Too strong off the backboard. Tippin, though, goes in for two. 36-34 right now is the score. Back and forth battle between both of these squads. 8:45 left to go in the third. Washington with the ball. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Whistle committed and a foul on the court by the Hawks in the last play. Oh, no way. No way a cheerleading move, in my opinion, would ever win best play over a 4-bounce buzzer beater or a 99-yard run. So that's what got best play. Wow. A cheerleading move. Wow. That is just unfortunate here. We have 8:33 left to go in the third as the Hawks had the ball right there, and there was a whistle on another foul committed on the court right now. Or the Miami Miracle. Miami Miracle should have got there. Looks like we see, let's see here. Julio Cesar Sanchez. What a name here. We got back in the chat. Thanks so much for joining me back again. We got 36-34 right now to score. He's saying under 152. Let's see. I'm going to tally this up right now as the Hawks have the ball. This has been a really low-scoring game. Looks like both of these teams are bound for 70 at this point. That right baseline jumper goes down for 2 right now. So Atlanta up by 4, 38-34. So 38 plus 34 right now is 72 at the moment. He's saying under 152. I think I'll go with 160 in this one. So I'm taking the over on that one. That's a 3. Taken right wing as Washington connects from the outside. I take 160 for this one to be the cutoff line for the score here. 7:50 left to go in the third. As that's a 3 taken at the right wing, and that one goes down. Both of these teams getting hot, so here's the scoring happening on the court. 41-37 from the outside right there by Atlanta. Washington with the ball. They sling it over at the right wing. They're going to take this one. Spin move, and they turn it over. Steal right there. Bruno Fernando with a steal for the Hawks. Hawks, one man to beat, and they go into the floater right there into the lane, and a whistle and a foul underneath on the play. So, yeah, that was a beautiful steal on the last play right there by Bruno Fernando of the Atlanta Hawks. Oh, wow. U.S. women's team won best team over the Raptors. That basically because it happened so soon. It happened last week, so that's why the recency in that probably led to the U.S. women's team winning it. But first shot goes down at the free throw line by Atlanta. It's 42-37 right now. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play of basketball action here. Second shot at the free throw line. That shot no good by Atlanta by Charlie Brown. It gets rebounded by Washington. Washington, big burst of speed underneath, but they get stripped right there with the ball into the lane. And actually they got stripped of the ball, but the ball went off the body section of Bonga out of bounds. So Washington turns it over here. So Atlanta will get this ball back on the inbound. So the Hawks with the ball, they're going to take this one past the left side of the timeline. 7:20 left to go in the third. Atlanta dribbling at the right wing perimeter as this ball is into the hands of Jalen Adams. Adams with the ball now. He takes this one into the key. Nice pass inside underneath the basket here for Nick Ward. Nick Ward, turnaround jumper, connects for 2. Nick Ward played college basketball underneath Tom Izzo as head coach for the Michigan State Spartans. He hit the shot right there. Nick Ward was a huge player inside the low post this past season for Michigan State. Washington with the ball. They are down by 7. 6:50 left to go in the third. That pass is bad and is stolen away once again. 2-on-1 fast break. Atlanta going to the basket and a huge block right there by the Wizards. Washington taking it up their side of the court. They miscommunicate on a 2-on-1 fast break, and it's a turnover as that ball goes out of bounds to the right corner of the three-point perimeter at the baseline. They had a 2-on-1 fast break after the block, and Washington could not take advantage of it as they should have handed that one off or made that a little bit cleaner of a pass. Just too much power of a pass when you're that close in the key with each other. Atlanta now with the ball. They're up by 7. 44-37. Dribbling left side baseline, and that is a takeaway right there underneath by the Wizards. Washington with the ball as they try to go for the outlet pass, and the whistle and a foul. Wise foul from behind right there as Washington could have had the easy layup, and Atlanta commits the foul with 6:26 left to go in the third. So the Wizards will get this ball here back on the inbound. 7-point game. Nick Ward into the game here for the Atlanta Hawks as he played college basketball in Michigan State. Big player for Michigan State this past season as he ranked 4th in the Big Ten in shooting percentage for Nick Ward for the Atlanta Hawks as he shot the ball 60% from the floor this past season. As Washington tried to dribble inside the low post in the last play right there. 6:19 left to go in the third, and that is a whistle and a foul underneath, and we do have a foul. Yeah, foul here on the court, guys. So 2 shots coming up at the free throw line by Justin Robinson. So a defensive foul picked up by the Hawks, leading the 2 shots here at the line by the Wizards. First shot goes up, and it's in by Robinson. It's 44-38. Zion too fat. Zion now needs to recover from the Summer League knee bruise that he got in that game or so. I guess they're taking precautions with him. That's why New Orleans isn't playing with Zion throughout the rest of the Summer League. But what a team New Orleans has been with the additions of Jackson Hayes and Nickeil Alexander-Walker in there on their roster. It's just been incredible. I had no clue that Nickeil was that good. I watched him like a good amount of times at Virginia Tech, and he just never had really any games that struck out to me. None of the games really stuck out to me when he played for Virginia Tech, as that 3 gets taken at the right wing and it goes down. But he's really turned in to be a pretty good 3-point shooter so far in the Summer League games that he's played in for New Orleans. 44-41 the score. Atlanta now with the ball. They have it at the top of the free throw circle. Whistle on the foul committed on the play here with 5:51 left to go in the third. Yeah, Jackson Hayes, that crazy dunk against Chicago that he had, looking like Super Mario, jumping from block to block with star power, just soaring high into the air, and that'll get you right on the SportsCenter highlight reel for the next day, which it did for Jackson Hayes. But we got Midwest Sports back in the chat. What's good, my man? Thanks so much for joining me. So right now, we're in the commercial break, guys. 44-41 is the score between both of these teams. Low-scoring game in the third quarter, but these two teams playing their heart outs on the court right now as we got pretty good back-and-forth battle, even though the shots haven't been falling in. So leading the way in scoring right now for Atlanta is Tajir McCall. He's still the leading scorer with 12 points for the Hawks. Bruno Fernando still struggling in this game as Bruno Fernando was the number 34 overall draft pick in this past season's draft. 1 pick behind Carson Edwards. The pick behind Carson Edwards, basically. And he has 0 points so far in 16 minutes. 0 for 5 from the floor. And what Bruno Fernando has done so well this past season for Maryland is rebound the ball. And he just hasn't done that in this game yet. 0 rebounds so far for Bruno, which is really uncharacteristic for him. He does have 4 steals, though, so that number sticks out big time. Hey, thanks so much, Midwest Sports. I appreciate that, my man. Thanks so much. Hey, whenever you have a play-by-play in your channel, I'll join you in as well. But yeah, I'll join you back in as well when you do play-by-play. Also, when Sports Fan TV does play-by-play, I'll join them up also. Oh yeah, Texas A&M with the Aggies, algae culture. But yeah, Texas A&M is like a huge farming community and stuff in College Station, I guess. But here we are, back to action. 5:45 left to go in this third quarter. It's a 3-point game right now. Atlanta with the ball. They have it at the left wing perimeter. They pass it off, and they bounce pass over at the left baseline. Terrible pass right there that goes out of bounds. Trying to be too fancy right there by the Hawks, going for the behind the back pass, and it goes out of bounds with 5:38 left to go in the third. So Rui Hachimura is on the court here for the Wizards. Washington will get this ball back. They'll take it past the right side of the timeline. So the Wizards with the ball at the top of the key. As this one now is into the hands of Mo Wagner. Mo Wagner passes left wing perimeter as they dribble towards the top of the key into the hands of Azut Sanan. Sanan with the ball and a whistle here with 5:19 left to go in the third quarter in a 3-point game. So yeah, one more like to 10 likes here on the channel. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure to smash that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. So we're back to action here. Washington to inbound it. They pass it out towards the right corner perimeter, and another whistle on the foul on the last play. So right now, 3-point game between both of these teams, Wizards and Hawks, with 1-2 records in Summer League play currently. And the Wizards will get this ball back. So Washington with the ball. We're back to action. Jumper at the free throw circle. And no good as it was rolling around the rim. But it got a little bit of help from his teammate. Got a tip in. So the ball gets tipped in right there by the Wizards. It's a 1-point game. 5 minutes left to go in the third. 44-43. Atlanta with the ball. Bad passes. They pass it at the right wing. Tipped. Stolen away by Washington. Trying to take it in to the lane to lay it up and in off the fast break transition. And Sanon got laid out right there by a Hawk defender, and he fell right down at the baseline. So 2 shots coming up by Washington at the free throw line. This is Azuf Sanon, who will be shooting 2 at the line. So Sanon is from the country of Ukraine. He actually played basketball overseas this past season. So he'll have 2 shots here at the free throw line for the Wizards. Looking to see if they can tie this thing up at 44. 4:45 left to go in the first. First shot's up. First shot's good. So we're tied up right now, even at 44. As Azuf Sanon hits his first one at the free throw line. Second shot coming up here at the line by Sanon. Second shot by Sanon goes up, and that one hits the front part of the rim. Ugly looking shot right there. Gets rebounded by the Hawks. Atlanta now with the ball. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. As that is Matt Mooney from Texas Tech dribbling with the ball at the left wing. Now to the top of the key. Bounce pass over towards the right wing. So Atlanta with the ball. They try to go inside. They lay it up and in for 2. It's 46-44. Washington with the ball. 4.5 left to go in the third. They have it at the left elbow. They pass it top of the key. They sling it around here to the right wing. Dribbling out towards the top of the key as that ball is into the hands of Schofield. Schofield, top of the key. 3 connects. From the outside, he drains it. 47-46, just like that. Washington with a 1-point lead. 4:10 left to go in the third. Atlanta with the ball. They have it at the left elbow, making a move into the key. Mooney gets stripped of the ball. Stolen away here by Washington. Washington tried to take it up the court. Whistle and a foul. Reaching committed by the Hawks with 4:06 left to go. Actually, I did say Schofield drained the 3 in the last play. Looking back at it, I thought that was a 1. It was number 8, Rui Hachimura, the number 9 overall draft pick, who drained the 3 at the top of the key. So Rui Hachimura hit the last shot down. The WCC Player of the Year, as he was all WCC first team, and he ranked 3rd in the conference in points scored per game. As we're back to action here. 47-46 is the score. Washington dribbling right side baseline. Tried to go up for the jumper. And that one was blocked underneath the basket by Atlanta. Atlanta now with the ball. They take it past the half-court logo. They have it at the right wing perimeter into the hands of Seibert. And we have another whistle here. And it's an offensive foul. So offensive foul right there. Set by the Hawks. So Washington will get this ball back with a 1-point lead. 3:45 left to go in counting here in the third quarter. So the Wizards will inbound this ball right now. If you're new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. As the Wizards have this one, they're going to dribble it past the left side of the timeline. They pass it over towards the left wing. As that's Bearfield who passes back off. As the Wizards have it. Simmons slings it over right corner 3 taken from the outside. That one is a miss by the Wizards. Gets rebounded by the Hawks. Atlanta slings it over at the right wing perimeter. They pass it over at the right corner. Shot fake committed. They did step out of bounds, though. They put their back foot at the baseline, so a turnover by the Hawks by Charlie Brown. So Charlie Brown had the ball at the right corner of the 3-point perimeter. Went for the shot fake, but stepped his back foot out of bounds at the baseline. So the Wizards will get this ball back with a very close 1-point game here. 47-46 is the score. Very low scoring right now with 3:18 left to go in this third quarter. So inbound pass coming up by Washington. They need to pass it to somebody. They do. They pass that dangerous pass as they are double teamed at the very corner right there in the backcourt. They do get it out, and that is underneath. That pass is passed underneath the basket to Washington with 1 man to beat, and smart foul committed underneath right there by the Hawks as Washington was basically all alone with 1 player to beat, as Isaac Bonga will shoot 2 here at the free throw line for the Wizards. 3:10 left to go in the third quarter now as Isaac Bonga will be shooting 2 at the line. Washington has the 1-point lead. So Isaac Bunga played in the G League for the South Bay Lakers this past season. He averaged just below 12 points per game. As he'll have 2 shots here coming up at the free throw line for Washington. So we're just waiting for him to get to the free throw line now. It looks like we have a couple of players on the bench right now putting on their practice jerseys. Looks like it could be them done for the day unless they come back onto the court. Right now, Justin Robinson out of the game. Same as Rui Hachimura for the Wizards at this moment, currently. So, 47-46 right now is the score. So, last play, full court pass off into transition, and Atlanta got called with a foul on the play. So, 2 shots at the line. First shot goes up. First shot's good. So 48-46 right now is the score as Washington nails the first one at the free throw line here with 3:10 left to go in the third. Second shot coming up at the free throw line here by the Wizards. This shot's up. This shot is good as well, making it 49-46. The score. It's a 3-point game. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to inbound it as they dribble this one past the left side of the timeline. They pass it off towards the right wing, moving it around the perimeter here as they take the 3 from outside, and they light it up right there, draining the 3. We're tied up at 49. So the Hawks nail it down from the 3-point range from the outside. That was Jordan Seibert who let it fly. Washington with the ball. They pass it towards the top of the key. So the Wizards have it, dribbling towards the left wing perimeter. They go inside the low post. That ball gets tipped away. Atlanta now with a steal. 2-on-1 fast break transition. Pass it underneath the basket. Back inside to another teammate trying to go into the lane. And a whistle and a foul committed, in an offensive foul by the Hawks right there with 2:36 left to go in the third. So they had the numbers on transition. Couldn't get anything, though. Rui Hachimura, 16 points, though heating up. He has 10 points in the third quarter. Going to update you guys with the leading scores right now since we're on commercial break. So this is what we got for numbers at this moment. Tied up at 49, 2:36 left to go in the third, and Rui Hachimura's really heated up in this game, leading the way in scoring throughout this entire game right now for Washington. 16 points by Rui, along with 6 rebounds, your number 9 overall draft pick. 11 points by Garrison Matthews, as he was playing well early on, scoring points, but he's kind of cooled off now as he hasn't been able to get anything to fall in this one. We're going to look towards the Atlanta Hawks right now with their players on the court. 12 points by Tajir McCall. He's still the leading scorer for Atlanta. 11 points by Charlie Brown Jr. from St. Joseph's, right behind McCall in the scoring. Bruno Fernando currently a -10 on the court. He has 0 points scored so far. 0 for 5 from the floor shooting by Bruno Fernando in this game, and he's played in 19 minutes so far on the court in this one. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike that like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action here on the channel. The name is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I call all different types of basketball play-by-play, from college basketball play-by-play to the NBA, to March Madness, and also to the NBA playoffs and the NBA finals. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right now, still on the commercial break, just going to update you guys on what happened earlier today in the Summer League. Looks like the Toronto Raptors beat the Indiana Pacers today, 94-79. So the Pacers fall now to 0-4 in Summer League play, as I believe they're the only team that's scoreless still in Summer League play. Even the international teams won games. China, I think China won a game in there as well as an international team. Not sure about Croatia, but I think they did. But the Pacers, 0-4 for their record at the moment in Summer League play. Elijah Johnson almost had a double in this game for the Pacers. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. And Richard Solomon was the one who actually got the double-double for Toronto. 14 points, 10 rebounds. So we are back to action here. 49 even in this one. 2:10 left to go in the third. Spike the like if you knew. So Atlanta has the ball. Matt Mooney dribbling at the top of the key now. Dribbles towards his left. Takes the open 3 from outside. No good. Hits the top of the iron by Matt Mooney. Gets rebounded by Washington. 2 minutes even left to go on the clock here. Washington with the ball. Spin move inside the low post. Hachimura passes that one back outside. That's a 3 taken at the right wing. It's off the mark though by Troy Copane. And it gets rebounded here by Atlanta. Atlanta with the ball. They have it top of the key. Slinging it over towards the left wing. And Matt Mooney. Terrible pass right there by the Hawks as he floats that one way over the head of his teammate, and it goes out of bounds at the baseline. So underneath the basket right there, with that pass by Matt Mooney, he passed it. The chest pass from the left wing perimeter, he slung all the way to underneath the basket at the baseline, but it was way too tall of his player and went out of bounds into the first row of the camera section right behind it. So Washington will get this ball back. A minute and 35 left to go in the third quarter. Wizards with the ball is, that ball was passed towards the left wing. It was tipped, but Washington retains it. Washington with the ball at the left elbow. Shot fake, making a move inside. Tons of contact right there. And how can you not call a foul right there? I have no clue. As Garrison Matthews thought that he was bumped into, interfered with as well. And the refs say no. No foul called on the play, and that's a turnover. As Garrison Matthews tried to go out for the shot. Fell into the face plant on the hardwood. Lost control of the ball, and the ball went out of bounds at the baseline underneath the basket. So the Hawks will get the ball. Atlanta takes this one past the half-court logo. They have it at the right wing. They pass it over now at the left wing. Bounce pass inside. Terrible pass to nobody right there besides the other player. Washington with a steal in transition. They lay it up and in for two right there by Azuf Sanan. 51-49 is the score off the terrible pass in the key by Atlanta. Washington capitalizes right there for two on the bounce pass that they steal away. And they go into transition as Sanan beats Matt Mooney right there into the hole to lay that one up and in for two. Azuf Sanan got a lot to say right there after that play for the Washington Wizards. A minute and 8 left to go here in the third quarter. As Washington will inbound this one as well. The Wizards with the ball here at the right wing. As that passes into the hands of Troy Caupain. Caupain now takes the move into the key and, ooh, looks like he double dribbled with it for a second, but the refs didn't catch that. I thought he double dribbled with it right there in the key, but refs didn't catch that. They say whistle and a foul committed by Atlanta. So interesting right there. So Atlanta picks up the foul. 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line by the Washington Wizards by number 14, G League player last season from the Orlando Magic's G League team, Lakeland. This is Troy Caupain. First shot no good by Caupain. 51-49 the score. Second shot coming up by Troy Caupain at the line. This one's up. This one is good. It is a 3-point lead. 52-49. Atlanta gets the inbound, and that is a quick whistle right there. Committed by Washington on the court with 57 seconds left to go in the third. So, 3-point game. The Hawks stay about it once again. As they pass that one off into the hands of Matt Mooney. He'll take it past the left side of that half-court logo. Passes at the top of the key into the hands of Amin Nua. Nua back to Mooney. Slings it over at the left wing. Into the hands of Wimbush. Wimbush. Pass inside right there. And a whistle and a foul. As it went back to Wimbush on that play. And we got shots coming up at the free throw line for the Hawks. Hey, so we got Ravy back in the chat. What's good, Ravy? Thanks so much for joining me. So, unfortunately, in this game, RJ Hunter, RJ Hunter not on the court, or, right now for, the Atlanta Hawks, not RJ Hunter, DeAndre Hunter, is, he's not on the court right now for Atlanta. So, DeAndre Hunter, not playing in this game, hasn't entered a game today. I believe he was battling with an illness, because he didn't play in yesterday's game for the Hawks, so I believe he was battling with an illness, so it looks like he's still out once again. Both of the shots go down at the free throw line right now, as it's 52-51. 30 seconds left to go in the third, as the Wizards have the ball. They take the left wing three from outside, and that one gets rebounded by the Hawks. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take it past the right side of the timeline. The Oklahoma drills. 22.5 seconds left to go in the third here, and that is an offensive foul committed by the Hawks. So that was Nua who committed the foul, and the Wizards will get the ball back. So no time left here on the shot clock, as we have 1 shot remaining, most likely by Washington, before the end of the third quarter. 10 seconds left to go in this one at the third quarter. 7 seconds now. They take this one right side baseline, and ooh, right there dribbling right side baseline. They do get tripped up, as that was Sannon right there. Got tripped up, dribbling right side baseline to the hoop by the Washington Wizards. And number 30, Azuf Sanan, getting pushed and bumped by Atlanta by Thomas Wimbush. And 2 shots coming up at the line here for the Wizards. So Washington at the line. First shot's up. First shot no good. Hit the front part of the rim. So we have 6.3 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit the subscribe button as well. So Azuf Sanan was the number 44 pick back in the 2018 draft. He's playing in this game right now. He missed both of the free throws. Gets rebounded here by Atlanta. Atlanta, big burst of speed inside. Oh, what are you doing? Hawks right there. They should have took it for the easy layup. Instead, they passed it to the left corner perimeter and to nobody, and it's a turnover here with 0.7 seconds left. Wouldn't even have mattered with that pass. It would have been way too late at the shot clock horn anyway, as now we've ended the third quarter. I have no clue why in the world you're on a 2-on-1 fast break transition, an easy lane to lay the ball up and into. It's just, you beat everybody to the basket instead of laying it up with 0.7 seconds remaining. He passes it all the way from underneath the basket in the key to the left corner, the three-point perimeter. He passed it to nobody, and the ball went out of bounds. That is just unfortunate, and it's a one-point game here, and that could really come back to bite Atlanta at the end of the stage of this one. That could go back to bite whoever that was that went into the key and made that decision right there. That could be he could possibly be cut from the squad right there, because every single play matters, and that one just, oof, big oof on that one for the Hawks. But 52-51 is the score as we enter the fourth quarter here right after this commercial break. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to give this the thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right now we're looking towards the leading scorers of this one. Leading the way here for the Wizards is Rui Hachimura, the number 9 overall draft pick. He has 16 points right now, along with 2 blocks and 7 rebounds. 11 points by Garrison Matthews for the Wizards. And we'll look towards Atlanta's numbers here, as the Hawks, the leading scorer, still Tajir McCall. He has 12 points right now for Atlanta. 11 points by Charlie Brown Jr. So that's what the numbers are looking like so far. Both of these teams in very low point totals. Incredibly low how low the point totals are. The shooting percentages have been not so great at all. 36% from the floor by Atlanta in this one. 33% by Washington, as we are back to action here. So getting ready to go back to action. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, guys. Hit that like, share, subscribe to my channel as well. So Rui Hachimura leading the way, 10 points in that third quarter. He has 16 total right now, shooting 6 for 8 from the floor. Perfect 2 for 2 from outside. He hit one from the top of the key that sunk right down into the net. 7 rebounds as well by Hachimura, as we are back to action. 9:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. Atlanta takes the 3 at the left corner. They nail it right there from outside as they take the lead right back. It's 54-52. 9:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Washington with the ball, they have it at the top of the key. As that is Armani Brooks dribbling towards his left bounce pass. Inside for the Wizards, trying to go into the lane, and they get fouled. As we got 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line by number 15, Mo Wagner. 9.5 left to go in this fourth quarter. Mo Wagner at the line, as he played for the Lakers this past season. Averaged 4.8 points per game for the Los Angeles Lakers. 2 shots coming up by Wagner at the line. First shot goes in. So 54-53 right now is the score. Mo Wagner will shoot his second one at the free throw line. He was the number 25 draft pick in last year's 2018 draft, as we are tied up as Wagner connects on the next one at the line. So we are tied up even at 54. 9:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. They pass it over at the top of the key into the hands of Jordan Sabir. Seibert passes, slings it over at the left corner perimeter to his teammate's hand. Tries to take that one into the lane. Little floater, no good. Battle for the rebound. Offensive rebound as they got that one behind a Wizards player. And they contain possession right there. And they pass it back towards the top of the key. Atlanta draining the 3 from outside. They have a 3-point lead. 57-54 right now. Washington with the ball. 8:55 left to go in the fourth quarter. They have it at the right wing perimeter. Dribbling towards their left now. That ball is into the hands of Wagner. Wagner passes that one back to Garrison Matthews with 11 points. Pass inside to Wagner. Whistle, a foul inside a low post on the play. Committed by Atlanta here with 8:45 left to go in the fourth. So yeah, that was a big 3-point shot right there from the outside on the last play by Seibert right there for the Atlanta Hawks. So Jordan Seibert played college basketball for the Dayton Flyers, and Washington will get this inbound. As that inbound pass goes to the left elbow, they were stripped of the ball right there. So Washington will inbound this one. 8:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. As that was Mo Wagner who was stripped of the ball at the left elbow. Washington to inbound it underneath their basket, as this is Troy Copane, who will be the inbound passer. Passing that one towards the left baseline. They try to dribble left baseline. Whistle and a foul committed on the play. 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line once again by the Wizards. So foul there, picked up by Jordan Sibert on the play. 2 shots coming up by Washington with 8:38 left to go in the fourth. So these shots coming up at the free throw line. This is, once again, that is Azuf Sanan, number 30, at the free throw line. Shooting 2. First shot was no good right there at the line. So Azuf Sanan on the last play trying to dribble inside baseline, left side baseline to the hoop, and he got bumped and fouled on that last play. Second shot at the free throw line goes down by Sanan. It's a 2-point game. 57-55 right now is the score. Atlanta with the ball. They have it dribbling at the right wing perimeter as that ball is now into the hands of Jalen Adams. Passes into the key right there, and that ball gets tipped right out of bounds as Washington was trying to steal that one from behind, but they couldn't control it. Got tipped out of bounds by the Wizards. So the Hawks will retain possession here on their side of the court underneath their basket. They pass it off quick. Catch and shoot 3 at the right corner. No good. Gets rebounded by the Wizards. 2-point game. Washington with the ball. They take this one past the right side of the timeline. They sling it back towards the left wing of the perimeter. This ball into the hands of Troy Copane. Copane taking a move right there into the lane. Floater goes down for 2 by Copane. We're tied up at 57. 57 even. 8:05 left to go in the fourth. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. They pass it towards the left wing of perimeter into the hands of Sibert. Sibert passes top of the key. Terrible play as it goes past the timeline, and that goes out of bounds. So a turnover right there. Mental lapse on the court by the Atlanta Hawks, as that was just a terrible pass as the ball went all the way to the backcourt right there by Atlanta, and it went out of bounds. Either way, it would have been a turnover, a backcourt violation, or out of bounds, as it was an out of bounds turnover by Atlanta. 57 even here. 7:55 left to go in the fourth quarter now. Washington will get this inbound as Sanan will be the inbound passer here. He lobs it over towards the top, at the top of the key. So Washington with the ball. They pass it over at the left wing perimeter. Back to Sanan again. Sanan calling out the play. 16 on the shot clock. 7:45 left to go on the game clock here in the fourth quarter. Sanan makes his move. Takes the step back 3. Top of the key. No good. Battle for the rebound, and that's an offensive board. Picked up right there on the play by Washington. Washington moving it around the perimeter. They have the ball at the right wing perimeter. They make a move into the lane. Lob pass right there. They finish to the hole for 2. Banks it home off the backboard, and we have a great game right now. Washington takes the lead. 59-57. 7:29 left to go in the fourth quarter. And let's see this play right here. It was with the assist. Troy Copane to Rui Hachimura. Rui gets the pass to the right baseline into the key and banks it home off the backboard, up and in for 2. So Rui Hachimura, the number 9 overall draft pick, shooting the and 1 at the line after he just made the bucket. It's 59-57. We have 7:29 left to go in this fourth. 18 points by Rui, looking for his 19th tonight. He's got it. It is 60-57 right now. Atlanta down by 3. They'll get the ball. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. As this is the Hawks with the ball dribbling Jalen Adams. Adams dribbles at the left wing perimeter as he is guarded right here by Admiral Schofield. Adams passing that one at the left corner to his teammate Whistle, and the foul committed on the court. So 7:13 left to go in the fourth. Whistle and a foul committed on the court, and it was turnover, offensive turnover whistle for the Hawks. So the Wizards will get this one right back here. So Washington with the ball, 7 minutes left to go in the fourth. The Wizards dribbling at the left elbow. They're going to make their move into the lane. Too easy right there as they float it up right there in the key, and they knock it down. 2 points more for Washington with 7:01 left to go in the fourth quarter. And Atlanta with the ball. So the Hawks now have it. They're going to take this one past the half-court logo. They have it at the top of the key dribbling. Atlanta trying to back their way inside the low post. Right side baseline. Bruno Fernando almost stepped out of bounds. Slinged it back. And that ball right there gets tipped out of bounds on the play by the Wizards. So the Hawks will get this ball back right now. 62-57. 6:45 left to go in this fourth quarter. As the Hawks dribble inside. Little flutter right there in the key. And that shot goes down for 2. As finally something goes down by Bruno Fernando at the floor. So 60-59 right now. 6.5 left to go in the fourth quarter as we got Kavantathon in the chat. What's good, my man? Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate that, my man. Somebody hire this man. I've heard that phrase so many times here in my life as we got ourselves 62-59 right now. Atlanta will get the ball. 6:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Hawks have it at the right wing perimeter. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike the like down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Atlanta, shot fake, left corner, dribbling, left baseline, deep two. They connect. We got ourselves a 1-point game. It's 62-61. This game's been really low scoring. Poor shooting from both of these teams in the mid 30 percentile or so. But it's been close. And that's when a good basketball game comes around as a close game. Here in this one as Washington went down inside the low post. As it hit the front part of the rim, they tried to get the offensive rebound, and it was tipped out of bounds. They were at 5:48 left to go in the fourth. So 1-point game now, guys. We got a timeout here called in the court. So I'm going to update you guys with the leading scores of this one. So commercial break right now as we're going to look towards Rui Hachimura's numbers. Rui, number 9 overall draft pick for the Washington Wizards. And he leads the scoring right now with 19 points, 7 for 9 shooting from the floor. So great game once again by Rui Hachimura in this one, the number 9 overall draft pick from Gonzaga's. Hachimura had a great game on Monday, game 2 against Brooklyn, as he scored 19 points along with 7 rebounds. And Hachimura doing it once again, 19 points, 7 rebounds, same numbers all over, this time with 5:48 left to go in the fourth. We're going to look towards some of the other numbers here. Garrison Matthews has 11 points at this stage of the game for the Wizards. As far as the Hawks are going, 12 points scored by Tajer McCall of the Atlanta Hawks, and 11 points scored by Charlie Brown Jr., who played college basketball at St. Joseph's, and now he's playing for Atlanta. So those are the numbers at this stage of the game at the moment here, guys. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. Once again, we've had some awesome people in the chat again tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night for another Summer League. I believe it'll be the 8:30 game, so we're not sure who will be playing so far, but I believe it'll be 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time if you do live on the East Coast, 7:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 Mountain, 5:30 Pacific for whatever game goes on as a consolation tomorrow at 8:30. This game was really quick for me to do today because I do get home from work, my full-time job, around 5:30, and then once I get home, it's time to go grab a bite to eat and then stream here for you guys starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and now it's almost 8:10 on the East Coast right now. But 1-point game, 5:48 left to go in the fourth quarter, as it hasn't been a great game shooting-wise, but it's been close throughout, and I knew that it would be close throughout. Looking at both of these teams' records so far, 1-2 overall, and it looked like it was going to be geared towards that way right now, and it's a 1-point game with 5.5 left to go. So we're back to action here. Atlanta taking the 3, connecting with it from the outside. They take the lead right back, 64-62. Washington with the ball. They have the ball at the left wing perimeter as that ball goes into the hands of Troy Caupain. Caupain passing that one off to his teammate inside the low post, and that shot goes down right there for 2, and we're tied up at 64. I believe Rui Hachimura got that one to fall off the assist by Caupain. 5:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. Atlanta with the ball. They have it top of the key. Into the hands of Jalen Adams. Adams slings it over at the left wing. Now into the hands of McCall. Tajer McCall dribbling left side baseline. Pass that one into the key. Stolen away. Here we are, numbers. 3-on-1 fast break for Washington. Washington bounce pass into the key, and they lay it up and in. Off the backboard for 2 right there by Caupain. 66-64 is the score right there. That's all you needed for the fast break off the steal. 4:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. That's 3 was taken by Atlanta. No good. Hit the front part of the rim. Rebounded by the Wizards. Full court outlet pass underneath to Rui Hachimura, who hits it home for 2 off the boards. Washington is up by 4. 4:25 left to go in the fourth quarter here. Atlanta with the ball. They're going to take it past the right side of the timeline with Adams. Jalen Adams dribbling as we have a whistle here with 4:22 left to go. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining me here on the channel. If you haven't done so already, give this the thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Quite a week of Summer Week action. I've been following most of these Summer League games, doing play-by-play. We've had quite the numbers here. We've grown over 50 subs in the past 6 days here on the channel. That is absolutely crazy. Let's keep it up in this game as well. 50 subs in 6 days. We just keep on growing and growing and growing each and every day. But yeah, this game, awesome right now. Could possibly go into overtime. 68-64 is the score. Somebody was asking me about the line for this one, he had a really low number. I told him I'd take 160, I believe, for the line. He actually, somebody in the chat yesterday took 177 for the line between Minnesota and Miami. And the line was 177 even, and he won the bet because he bet under 177.5 on the channel. But let's see here what we got for the line right now. So 68 plus 64, 132 combined. I said under 160, I said, for this one. Somebody else in the chat said under 152 or so earlier on. But right now, commercial break on the court in a 4-point game here at the moment between both of these teams. So Rui Hachimura putting together quite a game so far in this one for the Washington Wizards. Number 9 overall draft pick, and he's putting together the numbers. 23 points right now by Hachimura in this game, along with 7 rebounds and 2 blocks. He's putting together a stellar performance like some of these rookie players have that were drafted. Tyler Hero, Carson Edwards. All these drafted players putting together numbers, but the guy who's disappointed in this game has to be Bruno Fernando. Bruno Fernando, 2 points so far in 25 minutes on the court. He's a negative 11 right now for Bruno Fernando for the Atlanta Hawks. He has only 2 rebounds so far in this game, Bruno Fernando. Usually he's a rebounding beast. He was top 15 in all college basketball this past season. Rebounds ranked second in the Big Ten for the Maryland Terrapins. But we're back to action here. Washington with the ball. They have it at the left wing perimeter. 3:55 left to go, and they take the 3. That ball gets tipped and blocked. Going the other way, Atlanta in transition. Right wing 3. They miss it. Offensive rebound, though, and they save it. Great save by Atlanta. I thought they stepped out of bounds. Dribble drive into the lane. Great assist and put back up and in right there by the Hawks. What a game. It's a 2-point lead here by the Wizards. 3.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. Washington with the ball, 15 on the shot clock, 3:25 left to go. On the game clock, they pass it off towards the left wing perimeter, ball into the hands of Hachimura. Passes that one back now at the left elbow. They take the left elbow jumper, they connect. 4-2, Troy Caupain nails it. 70-66 right now. Caupain played in the G League for the Orlando Magic G League team, actually, Lakeland Magic this past season, as he averaged 16.4 points per game for the Lakeland Magic. Atlanta with a shot. That one no good with 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 70-66 right now. Hawks with the ball. They dribble at the right wing perimeter with Atlanta with the ball. As Atlanta bounce pass inside, they go in for the layup, and they right there miss it. Too strong, but Washington gets the ball inside, and they get that one to fall. So 72-66 right now, and the whistle and the foul committed with 2:40 left to go in the fourth. Troy Caupain finding his teammate right there on the play before. That was Troy. He's having a great game so far. So Troy Caupain 14-17 on the play right there. Isaac Bongo with a shot right there off the backboard, up and in. So Atlanta with the ball for a second. Tipped and stolen. Washington now has it going the distance. Laying it up and in right there by the Wizards. And I believe this is their largest lead of the game. 74-66. 2:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Atlanta now with the ball. They have it dribbling at the left wing. They sling it over at the right wing perimeter into the hands of Jalen Adams. Jalen Adams dribbling. He's guarded by Admiral Schofield. Adams dribbling back towards the Summer League logo. Passes off at the right wing perimeter into the hands of Jordan Sibert. Sibert tries to go inside a low post. Denied underneath, and that is a shot clock violation right there, as Atlanta could not get the offensive rebound in time, and it did not hit any part of the rim right there, so a turnover by the Hawks. Atlanta was out in full control early on, but now the Wizards, led by Rui Hachimura in this one, have just been in full control of this game, up by 8. 74-66. Washington will get this ball on the inbound. They pass it out towards the right wing perimeter. The Wizards have it dribbling towards the left wing. Now at the top of the key, they sling it over at the right wing. Washington, bounce pass. Right elbow, trying to back their way inside the low post. Jumper, no good right there by the Wizards. Gets rebounded by Bruno Fernando of the Hawks. Atlanta now with the ball. 1:35 left to go in the fourth quarter, as we have a whistle and a foul here committed on the play by Washington down inside the low post. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me in here on the channel. If you guys are new, make sure to give this a thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. So, inbound pass coming up here for Atlanta. This is number 4, Charlie Brown, to be the inbound passer. Watch for the backdoor cut. Backdoor cut by number 8, but no, they pass it out at the top of the key. Fernando slings it over towards number 8 at the right wing. That's McCall. McCall, right baseline, passing out towards the left wing. They take the left wing 3. They connect. Huge three-point shot right there, letting it fly from outside, and it's a 5-point game. 74-69 right now is the score. 1:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. Hit that like button if you're new to the channel. Hit the subscribe button as well, as we got some guys back in the chat. Thanks so much, Edwin, for joining me in here. Jump in the key, no good by Washington. Big rebound underneath right there by Charlie Brown of Atlanta. Here we go in transition. Underneath right baseline, dribbling. Terrible shot taken right there. Too high off the backboard by the Hawks, by Jalen Adams. And Washington snags the rebound with 1:03 and a whistle and a foul on the play. So Jalen Adams dribbling right side baseline in transition, and he had the clear bucket just a little too high off the backboard, and Washington snagged that board on the last play. As Edwin's back in the chat, Basketball Nuggets fan as well, saying that he had his coach telling him to practice at the arena near me. That's cool. That's great to have practice at an actual arena. That's awesome, man. That's a left corner three taken from the outside. No good by Washington. Offensive rebound, though. They get it. So Washington gets the offensive board. 10 on the shot clock. 40 seconds left to go on the game clock here for Washington. They have the ball at the left wing. Dribbling now. Inside and no good. Too high off the backboard. Tip in, though. No good with a second chance. And that is a foul underneath committed by the Wizards with 32 seconds left. So a 5-point game here with 32 seconds left. As Edwin's going to watch the Celtics game later. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Unfortunately for me, I have to get back for work tomorrow. I get a really early work time. And also, I'm joining the sports host to talk about the Celtics Summer League as well tomorrow morning. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow morning. So I'll be getting up nice, bright, and early around 6 in the morning. So unfortunately, that's a late game tonight. So I won't be seeing the Celtics versus the Grizzlies. So 2 shots coming up at the line here by the Hawks. First shot's up. First shot's good. Yeah, so the Knicks winning the game yesterday. So they won the game yesterday. So 74-70 right now is the score right now. That is late. That's going to be starting at around 10:30 at night. If these games do run late, it'll start even later if it gets pushed back, like 11 o'clock or so, 11:30 or midnight. It won't end until probably like 1 or 2 in the morning. That's why it's so late. But here we are, 22 seconds left to go. Atlanta hit both of their free throws down. 74-71, Washington with the ball, 10 on the shot clock, 18 left to go in the game clock. 8-second differential between the two. They have the ball at the right wing here. Closely guarded. Washington pass the top of the key. They take the three. 10 seconds left to go. Hits the front rim short, and Washington saves the rebound. Offensive board in Atlanta with a double team trap right there, and a foul committed on the play with 4.5 seconds left to go. Oh, so what time is it for me right now? It is almost 8:20 p.m. on the East Coast. So that's the time for me right now, is 8:17 p.m. right now is the time for me. So Atlanta committed a foul there as Washington with a huge offensive rebound with 4.5 seconds left to go. And a 3-point game, 74-71. But this one's going to the reviewing stands right now. So reviewing stands going to review this play because it was really close to going out of bounds in the last play. Okay, yeah, So yeah, you must be on, mountain time where you are. So you're 2 minutes behind me. So you're at mountain time. So yeah, 5:17. Oh, no, Pacific time. Pacific time where you are. 5:17 right now. Man, these days just fly right by. So yeah, if you're Pacific time, you got basically the entire night to watch that Celtics-Grizzlies game. That's great for you guys. That's why these games start so late, is because they're out in Vegas. That's out towards the west part of the U.S., so that's why the games start way late. And for people who are Celtics fans on the East Coast, it's unfortunate that the game's so late for them tonight. But hopefully, I'll be able to get them in the semifinals on Sunday, hopefully. So I'll have a game for you guys on Friday as well. 74-71 is the score. They're going to put back a little bit more time on the clock. So 5.3 seconds remaining. Washington will inbound this one. So they'll get the ball. Oh, that's cool. So 45 minutes away from Vegas. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. How about Area 51? How far away from Area 51 are you? As we are back to action here. Washington inbounding. And a timeout called on the court. 5.3 seconds remaining as the Wizards take a timeout. 74-71 right now is the score. So I'm going to put here in the chat what the situation is with 5.3 seconds left. And Washington to inbound once we do get back. So, right now, the Wizards will inbound it after this timeout concludes right here on the court. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to spike this like down below. Hit that subscribe button, as well as this is play-by-play and Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow night, I believe, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 Central, 6:30 Mountain, and 5:30 Pacific, with a game for you guys tomorrow night. A little bit later tomorrow night, but this is what the scoring looks like. Rui Hachimura, big day by the number 9 overall draft pick in this one. He had 23 points in this game, 11 points by Garrison Matthews, 10 points by Isaac Bunga of the Washington Wizards. Atlanta played them close throughout. Atlanta had the majority of the game right now. So right now it's not over. We still have 5.3 seconds left. So 5.3 seconds left to go in this game. And Washington will get the inbounds. As Basketball Nuggets fan was saying that he practiced at an arena earlier, which is pretty cool. He practiced with some of his team as well. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, so yeah, I guess I motivate you guys to go outside after and shoot some hoops right after you hear me do the play-by-play, which is awesome. So 5.3 seconds left. Here we are, getting ready to go back to action. Washington will inbound this one. It'll be number 17 for Washington, the inbound passer. That's Isaac Bonga. Bonga, the inbound passer, guarded by Fernando here for Atlanta, and ooh, a foul committed. On the play, Atlanta commits the foul. Yeah, Jalen Adams, what are you doing? He just runs into a Washington player right there. So Jalen Adams for Atlanta commits the foul. And that's going to really hurt the chances of this one and put it into overtime right now. Let's see what happens. So Jalen Adams, number 10 for Atlanta, just running right in and grabbing the back of a Washington player, forcing him to the ground. So Washington now shooting shots at the free throw line, and that will help the cause to help it back into overtime, though, because that free throw was a miss at the line right there by Justin Robinson of Washington. So Washington will inbound once again. Same thing. 5.3 seconds left to go. Bunga, inbound passer, lob pass over the top, and that pass does get complete right there at the right baseline to Hachimura, who snags up in the air and catches it. And Atlanta commits the foul with 4.3 seconds left to go. So Rui Hachimura with the hands right there on a huge lob pass over the top, all the way from the left side of the perimeter to the right baseline. And Hachimura shooting 2 at the line. And these are clutch, and Hachimura connects with the first one as he has 24 points tonight. The star of this game, number 9 overall draft pick, Rui Hachimura. And Washington going through a rebuild for this season and the next couple years. They're going to really love this kid, Rui Hachimura from Japan, doing it all. Tonight, he's got 25 as he hits that one at the free throw line. 76-71 right now, 4.3 seconds remaining. And this one's going to be tough for the Atlanta Hawks. They were up throughout the majority of the first half, and looks like this game is basically over. We do have 4.3 seconds remaining in a 5-point game right now. 76-71 is the score. So if you guys are new to this channel, make sure to give this the thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well, as I call play-by-play of basketball action. The channel name is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and I do all types of play-by-play here on the channel, from March Madness play-by-play to college basketball throughout the season, to the NBA, to NBA playoffs and the NBA finals. I do all types of play-by-play here on the channel. Did I see Tyler Cook's dunk versus Illinois? Actually, I did not. Basketball Nuggets fan 34. Actually, I did not. I should look to see that later on. Highlight. So keep that in mind. Tyler Cook dunk versus Illinois. I'll keep that in mind. What I really loved about Illinois this past season was Jordan Bohannon. Jordan Bohannon in the tournament taking these ridiculous threes and draining them down. That was awesome. Hey, thanks so much, Edwin. I appreciate that. Yeah, the subs are coming, man. I've only been on YouTube for 5 months now. We just keep on growing and growing and growing. Once more people start to notice my channel, the subs are going to keep on growing and growing and growing. Thanks so much. Yeah, we started out around like mid-January of 2019, and this channel has just kept on exploding, trying to get up to 1,000 here. Hopefully by the new year. That'd be awesome if we can do so. But it takes time to grow a channel, especially a play-by-play channel, when a lot of people go to this stuff because they want to see the game. They actually want to see the actual game, and they don't understand the rules of YouTube about the copyright rules and stuff like that. But the people who actually enjoy this stuff are the ones in the channel, making the channel. You guys have been awesome here throughout the chat tonight. But Atlanta will get the inbound. 4.3 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. They'll inbound it as they bounce past the door at the left baseline. Too much dribbling here. Pass it back. Left wing three. They take it as the time expires right there. Hit the front part of the rim. No good. So Washington getting the comeback. Washington was down throughout most of this one, but it wasn't really a large lead at all by the Hawks throughout the majority of this game, but the first half belonged to Atlanta, but Washington stayed right with Atlanta throughout basically the entire game, and the Wizards complete the short comeback, and they win this one 76-71 the final. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me in here on the channel. You guys were awesome today. I'll be back tomorrow night, I believe around 8:30 for a stream. I'll schedule that stream for you guys. Hopefully, actually, I won't know the teams. I won't know the teams probably until tomorrow, so I'll schedule something for you guys probably once I get home from work around 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'll schedule that stream around like 8:30 for tomorrow's game or something like that for you guys. So one stream tomorrow I'll do. Not sure the teams because we don't know who's in the consolation round yet after all these games have to finish. But yeah, that's it for me tonight. Unfortunately, no Celtics game tonight because very late night for me. I do have to get up early tomorrow for work, and I'm talking Celtics at the station with my good friend who is actually a sports writer as well. He's a sports writer at WEEI. He also writes for the Thunder Wire on USA Today. But I'll be having good conversation about the Summer League, what I've seen with Carson Edwards, and all the other guys in the Celtics. Taco Fall, don't forget about him as well. Grant Williams, Tremont Waters, and Javonte Green, and other players as too. But thanks so much, everybody, for joining me in here on the channel. You guys were awesome. Hopefully Celtics can take the W today. It's going to be a battle of the undefeated teams as they play Memphis tonight. Memphis is also a perfect 3-0 right now, same as the Celtics. So somebody's going to lose the game. Somebody's going to be undefeated after that one tonight. But hopefully I'll wake up, I'll see the highlights, and hopefully I'll see some good numbers once again and some good plays from Carson Edwards and Taco Fall and the rest of the squad there for the Celtics if they get the W. So you guys have been awesome here. Thank you so much for joining me. Basketball Nuggets fan 34. Have a nice night as well to you guys as well. Thanks so much for joining me. I should be back tomorrow here on the channel as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Have a great rest of your night, everybody. And I should be back tomorrow with another stream as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube.